Hello, everyone. Welcome to what may be a very abbreviated version of CoffeeBreak YXE for Tuesday, June 8th. I'm Ian Roach. I'm your host of this show. We air every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 a.m. Thank you very much for tuning in from wherever you are, hopefully from Saskatoon, because the show is about Saskatoon and it's about news and community information around Saskatoon. Right now, this could be a very abbreviated edition of the show because we're having technical difficulties bringing in our guest. We were going to talk to Brian Guebert, Executive Director of Saskatoon Minor Football, but unfortunately we're having some problems. So I'll talk for a little bit and share some information about the Saskatoon Minor Football program that I can with you for now. And hopefully that we'll be able to connect them with him while we have this conversation. And the other reason is too, I wanted to share some thoughts and some information about the tragedy that took place on Sunday that we found out about yesterday in London, Ontario, about a family of people that were targeted by a young man and run over in London in a targeted attack because of their faith, and the family involved were Muslim. I believe 4 people were killed, and there's 1 survivor that's still in hospital. But first, Saskatoon Minor Football, as part of the plan that came out on, or sort of announcement on May 25th, outdoor sports was added to part 1 of the province's reopen plan for Saskatchewan. And that resulted in a lot of outdoor sports being able to start play. And a lot of leagues, soccer, football, and various leagues throughout the province and throughout Saskatoon were scrambling to get their schedules up and running and making those schedules. And a lot of those schedules were created. And indeed, minor sports has returned, and team sports, outdoor sports have returned to Saskatoon and Saskatchewan. Specifically, we're going to chat about some of the challenges with Saskatoon football. And but unfortunately, we'll try and reschedule that. Perhaps Brian can meet or be available. We'll work out the details and get him back on Thursday. But in essence, all minor sports can operate, all outdoor sports can operate with a set of guidelines, and a lot of those are fairly common that we're all familiar now with. So I know that Football Saskatchewan had developed a 30-page plan about how to do football safely, and the plan is available and is part of Saskatoon Minor Football's plan for reopening. And in fact, this past weekend, flag football started, and I can recall that my son Nicholas played flag football, and it's a tremendous program, and he was out there really enjoying it. So it's great to see that. Unfortunately, because of the technical difficulties, we can't connect in with Brian, but we hope to maybe get him back later this week to talk about that. Now, the other reason why we actually came on to share with you that we don't have a show today in terms of Saskatoon Minor Football and outdoor sports, but also about the news that broke yesterday, that Sunday night in London, Ontario, that a 20-year-old used his vehicle, purposefully mounted a curb, and ran over a family that was out for an after-supper walk. I believe there were 5 individuals in the family. 4 of those people were killed, a woman in her 70s, I think a man and a woman in 40s, and a younger child. And I believe that there's a young boy that is still alive, and last I heard was in critical condition in hospital. The reason I bring this up is that just before we went to air, a friend of mine that runs Rashid Ahmed, that runs another Facebook page called Voice of Saskatoon, sent me some information that this tragedy is going to be marked in Saskatoon with a prayer. And I'm going to read from my phone here if I can pull it up, because I just got this information from Rashid. And Rashid, thank you for including me. That tonight at the Islamic Center between 7:15 and 8 p.m. tonight, that there will be a prayer. It's open to everybody that wants to go and recognize this tragedy. And it's at 222 Copeland Crescent, the Islamic Center. So if you're able to attend that and mark this somber occasion and pay your respects, that I think it would be appreciated. We here on CoffeeBreak YXE at some point in the next week or two will figure out a way to talk about this in a dignified way and deal more with it. So that's an abbreviated edition of CoffeeBreak YXE, the world of technology. 99% of the time it works smooth, and then 1% of the time you just can't get the person on air. But fortunately, it does, like I say, work the 99% of the time. I wish I could wholeheartedly say, please subscribe to our network. But maybe when we get better at this and don't have this 1%, you might be more interested in subscribing to the network. But yes, coming up at 11 a.m. in about 54 minutes time will be Let's Chat with Nesreen Essa. Tomorrow, Wednesday at 7 p.m. Will be the Green Room YXE with Leslie Stanwyck and Johnny Sinclair, our weekly music show. That's it for here. Wish everybody the best. And if you can, please make your way to the Islamic Center tonight at 222 Copeland for the prayer vigil. That's it. Bye for now.